Oh, Kevin. Kevin got stuck in a swamp. Oh, look at this. Look at all that. Look at it. I wish I'd have been there. Oh, I wish I'd have been there. Look at the state of it. Hey? All that money and he's been stuck in a swamp. He couldn't get out of it. Jesus. Oh, Kevin, is there a button that you press for this? Oh, what's he done? That's a mess. Hey?
Into the final 30 seconds. Joyce continues to attack. There's the right hand again from Ali and from Joyce. That was a good shot, short shot, he's down. And he's going to have to find anything he's got to try and get back to it. Oh, he's counted out. He tried his best to get up. Joyce gets the stoppage. And it was a beautiful, short, sharp punch that put Kash Ali down.
Come on in, let's have a cuppa. Hey Kev, have you been in a swamp?
Yeah, I do now.
Your car looks like a bit muddy.
Not stuck.
Hey?
Now I'm going down to get it clean.
Why don't you go to the petrol station and do it?
I'm going up road to get it done in a minute.
You know when people who've got a few quid get it stuck up them? Isn't it nice? Well, has anybody watched the Kash Ali fight? He's been chatting with his chums next door. Feel for Kash really, because I think if he'd have been a bit fitter, I think he could have done Joyce myself. That's how I looked at it. I think he'd have done him. But if you've not got enough petrol in the tank to do 100 laps, if you've only got enough petrol to do 50 laps, you've got to go steady, aren't you, and conserve energy. He had a chance there to be in the mix and really gate crash it. I just hope he don't regret it. That's all. That's how I looked at it. Hello, you hardcores out there, how you doing? Well, we've enjoyed weekend's boxing. Mondays are pony, aren't they? Mondays. I hate Mondays. Right. Gatekeepers. What is a gatekeeper? Well, a gatekeeper in boxing is somebody that's basically finished and they've found their level. And the guys at a lesser level get stuck into them, don't they? Kash Ali, fighter from them next door. He's a gatekeeper now. For people coming through, he'll be like a gatekeeper. If you get through Kash Ali now, you'll get it mixed for a domestic belt or an eliminator kind of thing. He's that guy now. But there's nothing wrong with finding your levels. If Kash can be a gatekeeper at British level, he could probably be out 4 times a year getting, I don't know, 30 grand a fight. That's 120 grand a year, isn't it? For ticking over in the gym and waiting for the phone to ring. That's better than fighting once a year, isn't it? Or twice a year. So I look at it. You're not going to win a belt, but he can be that guy that, you know, your Moses of Tammuz, Johnny Fisher, Solomon Dakras, them sort of guys. He can be one of them guys, can't he, Kash, that them sort of people fight. And I don't think it's end at will for Kash and Big Richard Towers. I think it's just beginning really, but they just have to find the level. They're not going to get to Saudi, are they? But they can pick up sparring money and gatekeeper money. You know what I mean? getting a bit boring. Isn't it? Half a tin of tomatoes on a slice of toast. Choices, isn't it? HP original or 2p? I don't like that original, my granddad used to have it. I'm a daddy's man for brown sauce, me anyway. I like daddy's. I like the name of it. But Kash Ali, he's going to be like a British level gatekeeper now. And I hope he does well at the job. I really do. Because I like him. But it's a tough sport, boxing. Then we've got Big Joe Joyce. Where do I see him going now? Well, 286 pounds no good, is it? Fat as a pig, Michelin man. So that's it. So too big. Feet stuck in glue. Big stiff. If Kash had been for it, if Kash had been for it, he would have beaten him. He would have bashed him, but if you've no petrol in the tank, you can't throw any punches, can you? You know. So it left a bad taste in my mouth. And that stoppage at end, you'd have thought after all that, the referee, he would have let it go on for another few more seconds and let him complete the fight. Because now he's stopped him, he can't fight for a month, can he? You know? Which brings me to why they're now gatekeepers, but at different levels. Kash can be a British level gatekeeper, and Joyce can be a gatekeeper that if you beat him, you get to go to world level. So that's how I look at it. So it's not ended up well for both men. But Joe Joyce, going on TalkSport, now wanting the big dogs out there. For what? After beating Kash Ali? Come on. You just lost to Zan twice, and Parker's just beat the stinking hater, but you'll beat Parker. Joyce is going to hang in the mix now off that Parker win. So Parker rematches him. But Joyce will pick up a few quid. He won't win a world title though, and I think he'll know that. He'll know he'll not win a world title, but that's then put to one side now. Joyce and Kash Ali, and we'll crack on with rest in a minute, alright? You just leave me bracket. I'll finish that later, wind me up. Alright? No shakes today for me. At this rate, in a few weeks I'll be on Farley's Rusks. What do I think to the Dylan White situation? Well, did anybody see the size of him? Fat as a pig Michelin man, wasn't he? He looked massive. You know, how can you expect to do anything in the sport when you're that fat? Hey, you know. How does he get on an aeroplane being that big, Dylan? Massive. He'd be a sitting duck. If Joshua hit him, he'd light him up. Well, I'll go do all my rounds now. I'll get something done. Dylan White fought in Ireland, didn't he? Last night, right? Fat as a pig, Michelin man, as we've just said. How can you do anything when you're that fat? Same for Joyce. Fat. Fury. Fat. All look a mess, don't they? Hey, how can you do anything in the sport if you're going to shame yourself like that? Hey, how can you? You can't, can you? You know, Joyce should have been setting an example and coming in, taking it serious. She should have come in at 18 stone for Kash Ali and got that 2.5 stone of blubber off. What is all that about? Huh? You know, Dylan White there. How could Dylan White hang with Joshua on that performance last night? Fat as a pig. These people now, they've got the names, so they're not bothered about putting the effort in. We want to see our future heavyweight champions looking in good condition and taking it seriously. Not blubber men. That's not good. That's not a good look, that is it? Not a good look. That's how I look at it. And another thing as well, I think what we've learnt, and what we'll learn after Wardley fight, if Wardley wins, is that all these people at the EIS on decent money every week, all that free gratis, free cars, free food, trackies, travel, hotel, petrol, all the perks, people are staying up there too long. Look at Joyce now, he's had 18 fights and he's all washed up. It's Big Freeze is in his 9th fight, in his next fight. And it could all be over for It's Big Freeze. Why is that? Because It's Big Freeze should have turned pro a good 5 years before, shouldn't he? If you've got no knackers, or you're on free gratis up there, why do you want to go pro and deal with all vagabonds? Eh? Unless you have to. That's how I look at it. So are people going to the EIS and staying there too long? I say yes. I say they're staying in the EIS too long. That's my opinion. Well, we're not allowed to say that. We're not allowed to say it because it's the truth, innit? Well, Joyce, he's an old man now, isn't he? 18 fights, all washed up. It's over for him. British, Commonwealth, European champion. That's it. That's his level. It's Big Freeze has not won a belt, and he's 33 in August. If he loses to Wardley next, that's him finished, isn't it, really? White collar Wardley beating him would be a shocker. It'd say, well, how good are our Olympians? Olympic bronze against a white collar kid who has had no amateur experience. Should be a no-brainer on paper, shouldn't it? It's Big Freeze should run over him. And that's my belt, because I look at things like Julian always used to say to me. He said, Russ, you need to look at things logically. So I'm going to look at it logically. And I'm going to tell myself that Wardley has been wrapped in cotton wool and he's been easily matched. And It's Big Freeze has had it hard on EIS circuit with Team GB. So I'm going to say he's going to be mentally more prepared than Wardley. And I'm going to go for It's Big Freeze by knockout. Come on, It's Big Freeze, I'm going to put a bullseye on you. Get your finger out, Fat Joe. But if It's Big Freeze loses, you know what'll happen, don't you? People will say, you stayed at the EIS too long. But if he wins, they'll say you timed it perfect. So there's a fine line, isn't there? Really, there's a fine line. But it is what it is. Which brings me to, when we're talking fine lines, Maxi Hughes. Now Maxi Hughes put a video out, didn't he, a couple of weeks ago, more or less explaining why they're working with Golden Boy lot, Lou DiBella and all them lot, because they're working with, well, they've just been beat, haven't they, by Sapeda. You don't have to explain who you're working with, Maxi, to anybody. You sound like Steffi Bull, flapping. We don't want Eddie to know we're working with anybody else. We need to get an apology out there. Listen, if you've no deal with Eddie Hills, Maxi, why are you putting videos out apologising for working with other promoters? Why? I don't get that, me. I don't get it, because you've been beat by Sapeda, you're now going to come back to UK, haven't you? And there's only really 2 games in town now, isn't there, in UK? So that's how I look at it. But I just said, look, I'm working with these. If you don't want to work with me, Eddie, fine. We don't have a deal with you. Too many fighters are flapping, aren't they, to cross the street or work with other people. Look at Dave Allen, the biggest decision of his life, when he got offered the Dubois fight and all the add-ons with it. Why would you go running back to Eddie Hill telling him all your business about what Bricktop's offered you? You aren't going to deal with Eddie Hills. Now look, and I'm full of fights later in the last 6 years or something, it's all over by the shouting. Should have just took the deal and said, I'm looking after number 1. That's what you should have done. But hey ho, alright, I'm sure Eddie still loves you. I'm sure if you end up on Skid Row, David, age 50, you could get a grabbed off Eddie if you rung him up. Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Okie dokie. So what do I see next for Dylan White? I see him cashing out against Joshua and getting flogged. Dylan White gets flogged in his next fight. He's there to be beat. Too inactive, too slow, too fat. He'll get knocked about. Tool's not sharp. That's what happens. So it's a shame. It's a damned indictment on the sport of boxing, but it is what it is, isn't it? Dylan White shouldn't even be boxing, in my opinion. Shouldn't even be boxing. Yeah, this is a funny one. Old Kevin there with his no Range Rover. Goes down to look at this gaff he's bought. Turning round at End at Road. He's only turned into a field. It's about that deep or something. And he's got stuck there for hours. All the way up to here in mud. I thought it was funny. Townie's just told me. So we're not going to see Kevin in here today. So that means we can toss it off and nick what we want out of the fridge. We aren't getting done. Now, the point I want to make is this. These brand new Range Rovers, they're all bags of shit when it comes down to it with 4-wheel drive systems. They don't make cars like they used to do. I'd be fuming me if I got bogged down in something about that deep in mud, wouldn't you? So you get tractors to pull you out? No. I think that was quite funny. I would love to have been there. I can imagine him like that. Look at this! Look at this! Snod! I bet you're howling out, you snod! Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, is he gonna pull out this Usyk fight? And if he does, what excuse can Tyson come out with? Well, I think the only excuse that he can come out with now is no injury to him. I think he'd have to say one of his family's not well, or they'd have to come out with something, wouldn't they? Some excuse to blag it so public couldn't go, well, he's a messer. They'll be working on something now because I've just got it in my head that you don't fancy that Usyk fight. That's how I'm looking at it. So let's see it unfold. Alright? Yeah, that's about it really. On Monday. It's getting for dinner time now. Alright. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Leaving a comment. Alright? Sharing videos. Alright? Booyaka. Yeah. Peace out. Peace out. Pop, pop, bang! Porky's Corner is proud to be sponsored by Spartan Site Solutions. They are specialists in civil engineering and demolition contracts for the construction industry. Interested parties should visit their website or contact Porky's Corner for a referral at porkycorner@mail.com.